Chapter 6048. Charlie was silent for a moment and said seriously, "Although I have never come across any related techniques, I think it is very likely that such techniques exist. After looking inside, we can find that there is no difference between people, mobile phones, and computers. The body is the hardware, the brain, or the mind. Consciousness is software. Putting one person's spiritual consciousness into another person's body is like buying a second-hand mobile phone. All the data needs to be migrated over, and the original data of that mobile phone is replaced." Maria said, "If you retain the data of a mobile phone before its hardware is about to be completely broken, and then find a suitable mobile phone, you can theoretically resurrect the former, and Shigong Qian when the end of his life is approaching. He may not be able to find a chance to continue living on his own, but he has his own way to retain his spiritual consciousness and wait for a suitable physical body to appear." After that, Maria said again, "Seizing the body should be a very harsh thing. Otherwise, he would not have allowed himself to remain silent for so many years. He could have taken my father's body before he died. For a person like him who only wants to live forever, seizing giving up should not be to survive, but to be able to overthrow the one's previous cultivation path of 1,000 years and find a better starting point to start over. If you rush to find a body with mediocre qualifications, you may not be able to catch up with your previous heights. Therefore, he not only needs a physical body to be reborn, but also a physical body that is powerful enough. A physical body that is powerful enough to give him a chance to challenge the law of heaven." Charlie breathed out heavily and said, "So, what he needs is a body that ascends to the dragon level?" Maria nodded quickly, "That's right. I think this logic is reasonable, and it also coincides with that false monk." Echoing what she said that anyone can go to the 100,000 mountains, but the young master cannot go there. And she also said that person is much scarier than Victoria. Now it seems that the person she is talking about is the master. And he is in the 10,000 mountains. What he has been waiting for is you, young master. Charlie also accepted this speculation, gritted his teeth and said, "What a man, Meng Changxing. I have seen people who raise voodoos. But this is the first time for me, Charlie, to raise voodoos in a vase, I heard." After saying that, Charlie added, "Now that we have seen through this wishful thinking, does that mean that as long as we never go to Shawanda Mountain, he will wait there endlessly?" Maria agreed and said, "I feel the same way." Charlie breathed a sigh of relief and said, "Okay, from now on, I will not go even half a step closer to the 100,000 mountains." If it hadn't been reminded by that fake monk before, today, since you and I will discuss it together, I am afraid that the first thing I will do after getting that preface to the 9 Mysteries Scriptures, oh no, the second thing, is to go to Shiwan Mountain again and personally search for the so-called secret of immortality. Maria, curious, she asked, "What is the first thing the young master should do?" Charlie said truthfully, "Of course, I should sort out this 9 mysterious hearts. This should be the true sense of cultivation. If I want to open Niwen Palace, I am afraid that this is the only mental method I can count on at the moment." Maria nodded, picked up the first section of 9 mysterious mental methods, and read it carefully for a moment before saying, "My father once wanted me to realize the Tao, but I was indeed not the material for enlightenment. After repeated failures, he gave up this idea. At that time, the father taught me a piece of spiritual teaching, which I also knew by heart more than 300 years ago. So many years have passed, but I can be sure that its content is almost the same as what is written here." After saying that, Maria added, "It's just that my father said that the master once told him and Victoria that this spiritual method has no name. It is just the experience he summarized through many years of practice. My father felt that what his master has learned throughout his life should not have a name. That's why I called it Secret of Immortality, after the master." Charlie sighed, "It seems that Meng Changxing has a lot of secrets about your father and Victoria. And he didn't even tell them the name of 9 mysterious hearts. Since they don't know 9 mysterious hearts, they must not know 9 mysterious scriptures preface and 9 mysterious heavenly scriptures." Speaking of this, Charlie couldn't help but feel scared. At the beginning, I was grateful for 9 mysterious scriptures brought me great changes. I changed the name of Ways Pharmaceutical to JX Pharmaceutical. It was full of sincerity at first, but now it seems that there are endless troubles. As long as Victoria knows Ju Xianxin Ju, JX Pharmaceutical, there is a risk of being targeted by her. Maria nodded slightly in agreement, and then asked Charlie with some anxiety. Does the young master plan to practice the 9 mysterious heart Ju? Charlie said sincerely, for me now, a systematic mental cultivation method is the biggest opportunity to improve my strength. Victoria was able to open the Niwen Palace more than 100 years ago. Which proves that if this mental method is cultivated to a certain level, I will definitely be able to open the Niwen Palace. For me, this is a rare good opportunity. At this point, Charlie's expression showed a bit of worry and he said, but reason tells me that the preface to the 9 mysteries scriptures is a bait in the true sense. The 9 mysterious classics is instead an encyclopedia that lacks the core content. To be cautious, I cannot believe any content in the 9 mysterious classics preface. Maria nodded heavily and seriously said, I and the master think the same thing. You can't believe a word in the 9 mysteries scriptures preface.